Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben. Got a little budget bourbon, old versus new battle. Let's get into it. Well, if you watch this channel with any regularity, you'll know that I'm a big fan of Brown-Forman products. In particular, I love Early Times Bottled in Bond. So it's awesome when you find out that one of your favorite bourbons is 25 bucks for a liter. It sucks when that bourbon is not available in your state. And so I don't usually get a hold of these. I only kind of get a hold of these nowadays when my sister goes down to Indiana. So shout out to my sister Jenny. Thank you for picking up this bottle. The bad news about this for me and anybody else who loves Early Times Bottled in Bond is that Brown-Forman sold this off to Sazerac a few years ago. So I think when they first made the sale, so this is a bottled in bond product, so obviously it has to be at least 4 years old. When they first made the sale, the rumors were that they had basically just bought the existing stock and that it tasted a little bit different because they were doing a different way of blending it. I don't know if there's any truth to that. That's just what people are kind of saying. But now I have these two bottles. One of the differences between the two, how you can tell an old bottle versus a new, is the old bottle has the plastic black cap and the new bottle has the metal blue cap. Also, you can kind of see a difference in the bottle shape. The newer model is a little taller and skinnier. So, some other information here. The old one actually has a different DSP code on the back of it. So the DSP code is the Distilled Spirits Producer Code. So there's two on each bottle. They both carry the DSP Kentucky 354, which is the Early Times distillery or producing factory, whatever they want to call it. And the DSP Kentucky 414 is on the Brown-Forman bottle, and that is Brown-Forman 414. On the new bottle, the secondary DSP is Kentucky 12, which is Barton. So presumably there's new distillate in this one. It's not just the old stocks being blended together differently, because I think it has been over 4 years now since they got sold. Wow. Let's get into the taste here. So I'm just gonna raw dog these, no water in between them, because really I'm just looking to see if I go from sipping this one to sipping this one, is there a noticeable flavor change? Does it get better? Does it get worse? Anything. So I'm gonna actually start out with the one that I'm familiar with, have a little bit of that, and then move on to the new one, because I have never actually had any of the new blue cap distillate. So let's get into it. Cheers. It's just so good. Didn't spend a ton of time nosing that. I mean, I'm very familiar with this. This isn't a review. I just want to, again, compare these two and see if I need to be super sad that this is now gone. So I will do a little nosing on this one since it's new to me. Comparatively, there are similarities. If you watch this channel regularly, you know that I am the self-proclaimed Brown-Forman truffle pig. I'm a big fan of the Brown-Forman profile. I think a lot of their products kind of have a very similar, like the Early Times, I think is comparable to like an Old Forester sort of flavor profile. They kind of just have their own unique lane. Woodford kind of falls into that too. And so I'm a big fan of that. And so this being distilled by Barton now, presumably because of the DSP code, that Brown-Forman note may just go away. It is noticeably a little bit different on the nose, unfortunately. But similar too. Well, let's get into the palate on this one, the real test, and see if it's different. Cheers. I gotta go back and forth a little bit on this because that definitely tastes different to me. That does not taste like Early Times Bottled in Bond. Not the Early Times Bottled in Bond that I know and love. Okay, it might be time to panic. I'm definitely noticing a difference. it's a completely different flavor profile, to be honest. There are similarities in the sense that most bourbons do have similarities. It really, in my opinion, is sort of lacking that Brown-Forman note. Now, there are some things that I'm kind of surprised that are similar enough. This one's just coming across, the new one is coming across much more nutty. I like the sort of like molasses, brown sugar, a little bit of light dark cherry that you get from Brown-Forman products. At least those three that I mentioned, like your Woodfords, your Old Foresters, and this. And I'm not finding that as much on this. Let me go in for one more side-by-side tasting here, and we'll come back with some results. Okay, after tasting both of them again, yes, it's a noticeable difference to me. I do not like the new one as much, and that's very, very sad. So I guess now I have to just go about looking for as many Black Cat bottles as I can find. This is still really good, by the way, to be perfectly honest, for a $25 for a liter shelfer. I actually like this. If this was any other brand with that flavor profile, I would pick it up for sure for just a good budget pour. That being said, it just doesn't, I don't know, I love Early Times Bottled in Bond, and this just isn't scratching that itch for me. And maybe it's because I'm looking for it, but honestly, I was really hoping that it was just gonna, really kind of taste the same as this one. And so maybe in my mind I was trying to get there, and it didn't get there. So it'd be interesting to do a blind of these. Maybe I'll do that at some point with some other Brown-Forman products.
Yes, please.
A while ago, Greg and I did a video. I can't remember if we did this in a live stream or a video. If we didn't make a video of it, I will make a video of it. Can this one be replaced by other Brown-Forman products? And I think we compared the Early Times Bottled in Bond to the Old Forester Bottled in Bond and to the regular Old Forester 100 proof. Got an Old Forester Single Barrel 100 proof. So I think at some point, if we had done that in a live stream, I will do that in an actual video, because I'm gonna have to look for a replacement for this. From what I can remember, I think the Old Forester regular 100 was pretty close. So I know I'm definitely not the first person to do this comparison. I don't know what other people's bottles were as far as the DSP code on the back, but let me know in the comments which bottle you have. If you have one of the new Blue Cap bottles that has something other than DSP KY12, definitely let me know in the comments, because I'd be interested in seeing if some of the new Blue Caps were just sourced from the same distillery and blended differently at the beginning. But it appears that this is now being sourced by Barton. So yeah, in conclusion, it's disappointing. I wanted this to be much more similar than it was. It's still good, but it can't replace the original Early Times Bottled in Bond, and I will never for the life of me understand why Brown-Forman sold it. But who knows? Anyway, thank you guys very, very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
Wait, aren't you forgetting something?
I forgot to do the blend. Sorry. So before I was just about to hit stop on the camera, I realized that I didn't do the blend. I wasn't even thinking about it because I got two of the same bottle here, but they do taste differently. So this is a 50-50 blend, equal parts. We'll do a quick mix here. Maybe if the blend still tastes like the old school one, if you got a bottle of the Black Cap and you got a bottle of Blue Cap, you can just do blends and make it last longer. I don't think that's gonna be the case. Definitely a little nuttier on the profile. On the nose. Maybe a little corn forward too, interestingly enough. Like dry, dusty corn. I wasn't really getting much of that note on either one of them individually. Let's get into the blend. Cheers. The blend is good. Still not as good as just the original Early Times Bottled in Bond. So anyway, now I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you very, very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.